Winter left its peak behind. The days get longer and the birds start singing again on warm days. A beautiful and well-needed taste of the next season and an exhale after a lot of rain, melting snow, and honestly quite a lot of stress in my life recently. Since moving into a camper 4 years ago, living slowly and intentionally has been of very high priority to me. Wandering freely through the woods, not only because I have the time, but because I have lightness, softness, awareness, the sense of wonder and deep calm required to fully connect and recharge with the trees. But to feel light, to feel at peace, my body needs to feel safe, not only in the moment, but in general. And that means my boundaries are protected. If you let the outside world, your job, people drain your energy, you are not protecting yourself enough. To afford my life here by the woods, I work half-time at an office, and my boss wanted me to work more. And I soaked in stories of great changes for me and how nice it would turn out to be. And even though the thought of working more, probably enough to make me feel drained again, as I was so often in jobs in the past, it gave me anxiety, and I didn't listen to that feeling. I was naive again. I did let it cost my every nerve, but only for a few days. Until I found out every word from my boss, every too good to be true argument was a big, big lie. And finally, I stood up for my boundaries again. I made a very simple, unapologetic decision. I will not let it come to the point again where something or someone drains my energy dry completely, which can happen pretty fast being a highly sensitive person. Everything and everyone that is not adding to the peace in my life and to the growth that I want to see within myself is something or someone I will immediately avoid and say no to. My gut has always been telling me which situations drain my energy and risk my peace. I challenge myself to listen to it instantly, immediately, unapologetically, and every single time. And so I set my boundaries at my job with the shortest email, short in words, but very, very clear in meaning, and peace regained. And now, forage and cook. In February, after the peak of winter, nature still offers us opportunities for small harvests from the plants in the forest and by the fields. Blackberry leaves are astringent, anti-inflammatory and antiviral, and in my case, they grow plenty all around my little camper. They are traditionally used for their healing benefits in teas. If you consume them raw and pure in a meal, you should use a rather small amount, especially now in late winter, where they contain the most amount of tannin, which is healing in small dosages, but harsh in larger ones. I'm using around 30 grams here, which I will eat within 2 days. So this is what we came up with foraging today. So what you definitely want to do when you pick blackberry leaves is you want to look for smaller, fresher ones, not the thick and big ones. And also you would want them to be as green as possible. You see the brown dots? Those are not perfect. This is actually, it's okay, but if they are more brown than this, I wouldn't pick them. And that's a nearly perfect green one. In summer you can eat blackberry leaves raw, but in February you would definitely want to cook them for a minute to reduce the high amount of tannin in the winter leaves to a healthy and good amount. The recipe for today's meal is written down below. I forgot to put garlic in the pesto today, which you would definitely want to add as well. As a woman who is deeply connected to the forest and her homeland, consuming the fruits and the herbs of this very land, of my nearby surroundings, is something indescribably beautiful. This free source of natural grown goodness is not only much more beneficial to your body than every herb, vegetable or fruit from the store, it also connects you to your surrounding nature much more deeply.
Okay, so unfortunately, sadly, this doesn't work at all. I'm doing it for the first time. We have to grind this pesto in a different way.
You don't even have to seed, grow, make space for, or care for natural herbs. They just exist and grow without your constant care. Foraging herbs for me is like harvesting from my garden, which I literally do because I have a lot of herbs naturally grown in my garden, but without the effort and time that a regular garden would need. Herbs don't even need watering. They are naturally protected from pests. They naturally grow where the soil suits their needs, and they are extremely resistant because of that. I love my herbs. Fixing things is a great way to increase their lifespan and your gratitude for your possessions and the resources of this earth. But there are things that shouldn't break in the first place, like your spirit. Healthy boundaries protect that. After getting even more clear about those boundaries I needed to set in my life, I found my creative spark again. Should you have a harder time setting boundaries, let me say this. You can learn to, one step at a time, especially when you already realize not setting enough boundaries drains your energy on a regular basis. It's usually in the small things, is it not? That talk with that person that started draining you after minutes, that you just let happen for too long to be polite. That extra work to please your boss because you are scared of what might happen when you say no. That time you said yes again to this friend even though you needed space. So this is the final result of the jeans, and I'm so extremely happy about it. This is what it looks like. This is what I did here, and then there's this big patch that I got down there, and then here also, and from the inside it looks like this. I know it is far from perfect, and it's the first time that I did this with the jeans. I just watched a shorts on YouTube and it explained shortly how this is going to go. But honestly, I could have taken more time, I could have made the stitches better, blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy that I did this and I don't care at all that it doesn't look perfect. Actually, I think it has character this way, and I like just that I can do things in an unperfect way and don't have to buy a new jeans and just can wear this again for probably many years, and hopefully I will update you on that. Many people in today's society think you would have to rather do a thing perfectly or not at all, and I say that. Just do what you gotta be doing, and I'm so proud of myself that I did this. This took me like 1.5 hours, but because I'm a total newbie to this, I think around 100, around 1.5 years ago, I decluttered all of my jeans except this one, and I'm so happy that I only have this one jeans left and that I patched it up. Not setting boundaries costs you energy over and over and over again. Setting boundaries costs courage and energy only once, and in addition to that, the trust you hold for yourself will drastically increase because you stand up for yourself and eliminate unnecessary energy drainage for your future self. And it just feels extremely freeing and liberating to train your boundary muscle. And at the end of the day, setting boundaries doesn't cut connection, it increases it. Because you open room, space, and time for the kind of connection that really nourishes you. Every no is a yes to what really matters and to you. Have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. I see you again soon. Bye bye.